Hey everybody, it's Donovan from FretSpot. Got something really fun to show you today. Of course, I pretty much always have something fun to show you, right? Like, it's not like I ever show up like, got some sucky ass bass to show you today. So there's always something cool. But today is something super, super cool. And I plan on doing a couple of videos about this just so we can see it. But what I've got is, of course, an F bass, and this is a BN6. But what is special is this has the new Deluxe Humbucking package. Ooh, it's really, really super cool what this humbucking package does, okay? We'll get to that in just a second. So obviously, let's just talk about this bass for a minute because it deserves it. We've got obviously this killer blue finish and ebony fingerboard and matching headstock. Sorry, I'm all plugged in and strapped up here. And just great looking bass. I can't move it as well as I normally am because I'm wired for sound here. I've got a new setup today we're going to try using for this audio recording, so we'll kind of see how this goes. You might give me some feedback in the comments of how you like this new approach. Anyway, let's talk about this pickup system, okay? And I'm going to sort of switch over to my notes here so I can read off of them, because it's a brand new Deluxe Humbucking package from F Bass. I haven't seen it before, and so I'm trying to get used to it. But I'll tell you what, it is really sweet. Before I even knew how it worked, I just started plugging it in and playing around with it because, you know, I'm not going to read or something, and was really just having a lot of fun with the different tones. And then started getting curious about like what's going on here, because my ear was telling me something, but I couldn't quite figure out what was happening. So pulled up the instructions. That's what I'm going to share with you. So in general, these are true humbuckers, and essentially they're kind of a blend between the old VF Vintage Series pickups and the BN pickups. And they sound a little more organic, and they're described from the guys at F Bass a little more sweet sounding than the old VF pickups, but more aggressive than the BN pickups. So it's a more modern overall tone, but with a flatter mid-range, but you can get plenty of mid-growls with the killer F Bass Preamp, which is still my favorite preamp on the market. And so what these switches are doing then is basically putting us between single coil, parallel, and series. And what we're doing here is in the middle position here, that's single coil. Now, for those of you who may know, the normal BN5 or BN whatever pickup series, when all the controls are on and down, whatever, it's in single coil mode normally, and you pull up one of the knobs to put it into humbucking. Okay, and so that kind of makes sense why the center position here is single coil, because that's sort of like the traditional F bass sound. Does that make sense? And then if we go up, we're into parallel mode, and I'll come back to that in a second. So single coil mode, classic F bass. I'll play it here in a minute just so you can kind of hear it. And then down is when we are now basically in the series mode. And when you do this, the tone thickens up, it compresses, the highs kind of are rolled off a little bit, and it produces an overall smoother overall tone. The guys at F Bass says it has kind of a slower attack. I feel like it's almost like a more like pronounced attack, but it's a very kind of like warm punch, and it's actually a really, really cool sound. Okay, so middle position is our normal F bass single coil BN tone that we've all loved. Down is the new series position that has this, like, it's like a iron fist and a velvet glove. That's probably how I describe the tone. And then up is parallel, and it's kind of an in-between setting between those two, although it's more closer to the middle position, the single coil position, than it is to the series position. Okay? So does that make sense? So that's what you're getting with these pickups. Now, one other thing with the Deluxe system, and then I will come back and do a comparison here of the sound so you can hear it, but just while we're talking about what the Deluxe package is, also comes with this really nice leather gig bag. Now, to do this justice, I'm going to try taking this bass off over here. F Bass already comes with like the nicest gig bags, I think. I really like them, but this gig bag is beautiful. And if you're like me and you love the look of buckles but hate using them, never fear, it's actually a latch system underneath. Isn't that great? And anyway, so it's a really nice bag with lots of storage. Something really cool, there's like dedicated spot in here for like tablet storage, iPad storage. There's a cable loop in there with a mesh pocket here. So like great storage here. There's additional storage up at the top of the bag. Loop this back around. So, you know, that pocket that's up there, and it still has that same latch system there, which is really nice. And then of course the inside of the case is just really pretty. And, you know, neck support and bottom cushion support, all that kind of stuff. So really awesome bag, and then of course the nice straps and everything else. So I just wanted you to see that. So in addition to the, you know, the pickup upgrade, you're also getting a significant gig bag upgrade, which is cool. Okay, so let's come back to the bass. And let's look at this. And I'm gonna try just walking through a few different pickup sounds with you and try to get this where you can hear it. And again, like I mentioned, I'm using this new recording interface so I can try to switch back and forth between a microphone and direct input. So kind of bear with me and we'll see how this, how well this works, okay? So I'm gonna start in single coil mode, and guys, again, you're gonna have to forgive my playing, okay? Like, I really have not even been playing that much, and so it's probably gonna be a little bit rough. So let's just be kind, and we're just listening to the tone of the bass. I'm gonna give you a finger style thing, and I don't know what I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna make this up as I go, which is pretty much how I do everything. And then I'll do a little bit of slap so you can hear both types of tones, okay? For the preamp, I basically have got both pickups rolled on full, and essentially I've got all the tone and everything else about halfway, which is about the way that I like to start with it, okay? I like a bass sound that's not super bright and sizzly. I like it kind of warm a little bit, and so you're gonna hear that. And I'm gonna start first in the single coil, and then I'm gonna move to the parallel, which is the up position, and then I'll go to the series position and let you hear that, okay? And then I'll sort of stop each time and talk. So let's see, like I said, first time using this new system. I'll try to move the camera down so you can see a little more of the bass and less of my ugly face, and then we'll just kind of see how this works. Okay, and then now we're gonna switch over to the parallel mode, which is the position, the switch is up, okay? Here we go. All right, and now we'll go into the series mode, and I'm gonna leave the preamp as it is right now, but then after playing for a little bit, I'm gonna switch around and adjust some of the treble so that we can put back in some of the treble that is missing. So there's like a quick summary of how that sounds, and I know the playing's kind of sloppy or whatever, but you know, if you're tuning in for the playing, you're tuning in for the wrong reason. There's a lot of other better YouTube videos for that. But this pickup package is really cool. Super versatile with the sounds you get, and you get some really cool, unique, usable sounds. You know, when I first plugged it in, had it in the single coil mode, started playing, I was like, oh man, this sounds so great. Like, and I haven't been playing my BN5 a whole lot here lately. I've been playing just another bass for a gig I've got coming up. And I was like, oh god, it just feels like home, right? You know, and then when I first put it into the series mode, I was like, oh, I don't know, I really like that sound. And then the more I started playing with it, the more I was like, oh, it's actually kind of got a neat thing to it. And then as I started leading into it and adjusting the preamp a little bit, I started finding like some, I mean, I actually ended up probably loving that sound more than anything. I was playing quite a bit with that and really enjoying it. And it was funny, like that different tone started making my ear go to a different place for playing differently. Does that make sense? I know I said different a lot, but like because the sound was different and there was a different quality to it, all of a sudden musically it took me to new spots. And honestly, I think that's one of the great reasons for new basses and stuff like that is it just takes you to places that otherwise can be really difficult to go. So that's in a nutshell this bass. Now this one is a special order for a customer, so this particular one is gone. But if you'd like to order it, order one with this with the deluxe package. You get you're more than I would ask you to reach out to me. I'd love to work with you and sell you a bass. Again, the deluxe package is this humbucking system with the coil splitting and the super nice gig bag as well. So in another video I'm going to work on next, I'm going to do a little comparison between this bass and a normal BN5. And you'll get a chance to kind of hear how those two things sound together. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. In the meantime, I'm Donovan from FretSpot. You can reach me at donovan@fretspot.com. Of course, you know, if you like this video or like F basses, if you don't mind, like the video and subscribe. And you'll stay in tune for anything that I do next. All right, my friends, take care and happy playing.